Hari Om, Guruji.
Hari Om.
Guruji, you taught us avidya, kama and karma. That means the kama and karma is coming out of avidya. How is it icha? Because in this connection, I would also like to know what is the difference between karma and kriya. Because when we are talking about icha, we say it is icha shakti or kriya shakti. Whereas when we talk about karma, there is some sort of a negative connotation. How do we differentiate between kama and icha? Is it icha is out of vidya, like kama is out of avidya?
Right. So good question. So icha, general desires, pure desires, good desires are all, generally we use the word icha. And we use the word kama, as you rightly pointed out. Kama is used for more sense-based desires. Sense-based desires. Or somebody says, I want my children to study well. Parents say that. Okay, that's called an icha. You don't call that as kama. Because that's a normal desire, good desire to have. Okay? Kama, as you know, it falls in the other category. Kama. I feel like having ice cream, suppose somebody says. Which category you will put? You can say icha also. You can say kama also. You can't. It's slowly coming under the category of kama. Because it's sensual, a sense-based desire it is. Okay, so that's good. So that could be a distinction there. And I've seen in the Shastram that I've read, rarely I've seen icha used when kama is there. When kama is involved, they don't say icha at all. So this definition, I think I'm comfortable with. Now, that's one. Second, in our context, kamaha refers to ajnana-born desire. It's called kama.
Yeah.
Because I have to fulfill the kama in order to be happy. Therefore, that is because I desire that kama, that desire, quote unquote desire, is born of ajnana. And therefore, that kama is not, that desire is not an ordinary desire. It will take the life away from me. It has the potential to just tear me apart until it gets fulfilled. That is kama. So that is why when in this context I used the word icha shakti. Icha shakti. Icha shakti. Kama is also icha shakti only. It's a manifestation of icha shakti. To want anything is icha shakti. So icha shakti is not one specific type of desires and then other types of desires. We use the word kama for that. But everything comes from icha shakti only. And so what we are saying in the case of a jnani, the case of an ajnani, desires are there and desires must be fulfilled in order for the person to be fulfilled, to feel happy about oneself, herself, right? Desires must be fulfilled. But for a jnani, desires come out of jnanam. How about that? Desires are coming out of jnanam because of knowledge. Some desires are happening. And they are going to be very profound desires, obviously. They are not going to be kama desires. Correct? They are not going to be kama desires. And desire for something. Loka sangrahartam. Desire. Karma kuru. Krishna had said that. So, same thing. Loka sangraha ichhaha. Correct? Loka sangraha ichhaha. Desires for the benefit of humanity. Any number of desires they can have. That's why many sannyasis, they're doing very big projects. Huge projects they're doing. How can they think of this project? Government cannot think of the project, but they're able to think. River, what is it? Desilting project. Jaggi Vasudev is thinking like that. So that's huge. I mean, to think like that. And those are all Icha. Those are all Ishvara Icha. And so, therefore, we don't see any conflict here. Icha will be there. That shows that Jnani also will have Ichas. Basic desires also will be there, like hunger will be a desire to fill up the stomach will be there. Why? We saw that in the last class. Samanya, what did we say? Abhimanam and Vishesha Abhimanam we said. Samanya Abhimanam is, this is my body, and when the body is hungry, I have to fill it up. I have to do something about it. That is Samanya. That is Ishvara Srishti. But so Ishvara Srishti Ichaha are all will be Jnani will have, and will have to fulfill that also. And then we talked about Vishesha Abhimana there, which is all the adhyasa, which is the mistake, which results in desires which require to be fulfilled. Otherwise, I am nobody. Otherwise, I am going to be depressed. Otherwise, my life will be worthless. Okay, that kind of desires. So that's a good question. So there's no conflict. The Hariji, Icha and Kama, no conflict. We use Icha for general desires, Kama for desires that binding desires are all Kama. Sensory pleasures are all Kama.
Guruji, can we interpret that this when we are talking about Kama, it is coming out of mind, whereas Icha is intellect driven, willful desire?
No. That kind of a division is not useful. It's not useful. What is the use of that? Mind is desiring versus intellect is desiring. Tell me what is the difference between the two desires. If I say, hey, what is the definition of mind? You have to go back. When you have a question like that, you have to go back to Tattva Bodha. What is the definition of mind? Sankalpa Vikalpatmika Manaha.
Okay.
That function, that faculty which makes sankalpas, I want this, I must do this, I must achieve this. That is called sankalpa, or I must taste this, or I must cook this. Sankalpa. Vikalpa, no, I must go to a restaurant. No, the guests are coming. I think they love cooked food. Or should I order some food? All sankalpa, vikalpa is going on, correct? That is manaha. Manaha is the one that is a desiring faculty, according to the Tattvabodhakara. Then what about buddhihi? Nischayatmika buddhihi. Buddhi says enough vacillation. Just cook food today. Spend 2 hours and cook food. Your friends are coming. Nischayatmika buddhi. So buddhi puts an end to all the sankalpas.
Okay. How do we differentiate between karma and kriya?
They are same, identical.
Okay.
Identical. No difference.
Hari Om.
No, the word, you know very well, word karma has many meanings. One is punya papa is also called karma. Kriya is also called karma. Karma phalam is also called karma sometimes. When you say it is my karma, what are you talking about? It is my karma means I have to put up with this papam and punyam, my own papam and punyam. So karma is a very loaded word. Kriya doesn't have those kinds of connotations. Kriya is literally action. That's it.
Okay.
So if you want to explain karma as kriya, then it's good to say karma and kriya at the same time, so that nobody gets confused that you're not referring to papam and punyam. Correct?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So Hema and then Prema.
One minute, Guruji, that in Tamil they say, Vidiya Vida Ramayanam Kettu Sitaki Raman Chittappan Jannanan. There's a saying in that. And also in Lalita Sahasranamam it comes Vishnu Granthi Vibhedini Brahma Granthi Vibhedini, the Vibhedin, that word comes.
Vidyate. Yeah.
Vidyate, that.
Correct. You're right.
And that last word, that's a big samasam, I think, no?
Which word?
Prabhinna samasta vidyadi grantehe. Prabhinnaha grantayah yasya saha tasya. That is the main this thing. But in
Correct.
between also, lot of samasam is there.
Correct.
Bahurihi samasam. Okay,
So
okay.
tell me, so which is Bahubri? Tell me now.
Prabhinnaha grantayah yasya saha prabhinna grantihi tasya.
Okay, so that is Bahubri.
Then in between avidyadi avidya adau yasya sha, that also is that is also Bahuvrihi, no? Avidya adau.
Vidyadi Grantihi. Karmadare, Tatpurusha. Vidyadi eva
No,
Grantihi.
but avidya adihi yasam ta illiya. Avidya.
No.
Illiya.
First, Granthi has two adjectives, Avidyadi and Samasta. What about Samasta and Avidyadi? Samasta Vidyadi.
Samasta vidya avidyadi granthi karmadare purinjது. Avidya adau yasya varada அது.
Illama. Vidyadi. Vidya Kama Karma Ityadi. Ityadi eva Grantihi. Because earlier he said Grantayaha is equal to Avidya Pratyayaha. Shankara said that. So, Vidya Grantayaha is equal to Avidya Pratyayaha. Therefore, Karmadare. Once you do Samasta, Avidyadi, Granthi, all of them are Karmadare.
Prabhinnaha.
Then convert that into person.
Into the person. Tasya.
Bahuri.
Purusha. Tadrisa Purusha. Tadrishasya Purushasya.
Vidusha. Vidusha is there. The word Vidusha.
Vidusha. Okay, Tadrisha Vidusha. Okay. Okay, Guruji. Thank you.
So others may be wondering what is this discussion. Well, she's teaching Sanskritam, so she's also.
என்னோட எனக்கு மனசு அப்படியே தான். ஒரு பாட்டு கேட்டா கூட நான் அப்படிதான் அதுல சமாசம் சந்தியில போயிடுவேன். அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் அந்த பாட்டு அது என்ன ராகம் எல்லாம் போகும். பட் எனக்கு முதல்ல பாட்டை கேட்ட உடனே இது சின்ன வயசுல இருந்து அது ஒரு அது மைண்ட் இஸ் அந்த மாதிரி பிரெயின் இதாயிடுச்சு. That keeps me going.
Yeah, very much.
Guruji, my question is similar to Hemaji. It relates to the Hridaya Granthi that we were talking about. So in the Lalita Sahasranamam, where the Granthis, Brahma Granthi, Vishnu Granthi, Rudra Granthi, they refer to the locus, like you had mentioned before, of where the bindings are. And when the knots are cleared, you're freed of those bondages.
Can you chant that sloka briefly? If you have it in front, does anybody have it?
Which one?
That particular sloka in Lalita, I want to see. Wait. Okay. Mooladharaika nilaya brahma granthi vibhedini santarudita vishnu granthi vibhedini agnya chakrantaralastha rudra granthi vibhedini. Got it. Okay, now what's your question?
The question is, the granthis are obviously knots of tangles that bind us and disallow us from moving ahead. So do these correspond when you talk about the Hridaya Granthi in the Kathopanishad, which is in the heart chakra or wherever, in the center of the being. So when it says that she helps to destroy those knots, that it is an upasana that is allowing you to go towards the Jnana Kanda or Jnanam. So does this correspond to that?
Right. So,
No?
so the question I hope is clear to all of you. So the question is connecting to the word. These 2-3 phrases are coming in Lalita Sahasranamam. Brahma Granthi Vibhedini, Vishnu Granthi Vibhedini, Rudra Granthi Vibhedini. So what is the connection between that and this Hridaya Granthi of Kathopanishad? That is the question. Okay. So there in Lalita's, here we know what the meaning is. Shankaracharya has given the meaning. This Hridaya Granthi, literal meaning is knots at the heart, but don't take the literal meaning. Take the Lakshyartha, which is Avidya Pratyaha. All wrong conclusions born of Avidya. That is what is Hridaya Granthi. And so there, Vishnu Granthi Vibhedini. Vibhedini means also destroyer. The destroyer of Vishnu Granthi, destroyer of Brahma Granthi, destroyer of Rudra Granthi. There, I can guarantee, like you said, I have not studied this, but it has to do with the chakras in the body. The locus, there must be something called Brahma Granthi. There must be something called, I don't know the locations, okay, and all that, but there must be something, and the remover of that particular, the problems caused by that. Okay, that is what she said that. It is an upasana, as you pointed out, it is an upasana. But yeah, so it is in the realm of Kriya, the realm of Karma. So she helps me grow out of the problems which are all centered in those areas. I think that is the way it is. I've not studied this shloka, this particular one. So you might know it, Premaji, correct? Vibhedini. So Mooladhara, see Mooladhara Chakra, Mooladhara Ikanilaya. Okay. Sushumna. Is Sushumna the word comes in this? This Sushumna comes? No. In Lalita
Can't
Sahasranam.
remember it like that.
Can't remember it.
Offhand.
Yeah. Let me search for it. The one good thing about these things is search for it, you can find the thing. Yeah. Sushumna doesn't come. So nadis and chakras are all mentioned. Many places here. And so Sahasrarambujarudha Sudasara Bhivarshini. Look at that. Sahasrara is there. Brahma Randra, all these things will be there in this mantra. So it's Tantra Vidya, Nadi Vidya, all that is involved here. That is involved. So I think we should say that these are all part of our karma yoga. We might be able to interpret this as jnanam also. Once that granthi goes away, then automatically she becomes Saraswati. She is a jnana pradata.
Shivajnana Pradayini.
Huh?
Shivajnana Pradayini.
Shivajnana Pradayini she becomes. Then what? Then that granthi is same as this granthi. If you say that, then the same granthi. Hridayasya granthi.
What I vaguely remember is that you put the chakras in line with the body, inside the body. I think the Brahma chakra is slightly above the Sahasrara, is what I remember. Outside the body.
Outside the body.
Above. That's what I vaguely remember, yes. Brahma chakra. So I have not heard of Vishnu chakra and Rudra chakra or Vishnu Granthi and Rudra Granthi, but I don't know. I have not heard of them. Brahma I have heard is above Sahasrara, outside the body.
The Nada Yoga talks about Mooladhara, Brahma Granthi, then Anahata is Vishnu Granthi, and Agnya Chakra is Rudra Granthi. Nada Yoga.
Where is Agnya Chakra?
They are
Agnya is eyebrows.
eyebrows.
Okay.
Agnya Chakrantara Alastar. Rudra Granthi Vibhedini.
Vishnu Granthi is just about the navel chakra, it says.
Okay.
About Anahata Chakra. And only 3 main chakras they talk about in Nada Yoga, where I have also heard Chidyante, Hridaya Granthi, Vidyante, Sarva Samshayaha somewhere.
See, I mean, basically
No,
the
no,
first
Vidya,
two chakras, sorry,
No,
the first
Vidyate, we
two
saw
chakras
that.
are
Vidyate.
basically,
Go ahead, Narayan. Go ahead.
no, the first two chakras are basically talking about basic living things. I mean, basically look at Mooladhara and Swadhisthana. Manipura is where you're transitioning away from basic necessities to the spiritual things. Anahata is supposed to be the center of your spiritual chakra. From there is your spiritual journey starting.
Okay.
Even in the Sabrimala Yatra, that is the way it is designed. You visit 7 temples, each one representing one chakra. And you go towards that. So Anahata chakra is where you actually start your spiritual journey, is what is indicated.
Okay.
That's what is even Navaratri, no? First 3 days for the Mooladhara chakra, the next 3 days for the, the Vishnu Granthi. And then the final 3 days, you are winning over your avidya. I think that's the representation of Navaratri also. 9 days.
Right. Durga, Lakshmi, and Saraswati.
Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and Jnana Shakti.
Correct. Navaratri. That.
Everything is so very connected.
So good.
I think Chaturthi also. Chaturthi also is Vinayaka also, I think it is connected to these chakras only.
Vinayaka is Adhisthana Devata Mooladhara.
From there, then they reach the Navaratri. From here, the Anushtanam starts. First, I think the Upakarma, then Vinayaka Chaturthi, where he is the representation of removal of all the obstacles for your jnanam to happen. And what is the final ultimate phalam is that modakam, where purnakam is there, all representation of. And then you go towards Navaratri, where you win over all those things. And celebration is Deepavali, where Rama is Ravana. And very nicely, Vinay Varanasi puts it, Guruji, that 2 eyebrows representing the arrow and bow. And that is actually Ravana, you win over Ravana.
I have heard of this person, Vinay Varanasi.
Vijay Varanasi is too good, huh? He does some Carnatic music, no? All the kritis and all that. Huh?
He doesn't do Carnatic music. He collaborates with Carnatic musicians to narrate stories.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Puranic stories.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Young guy.
Like
young guy, yeah.
He narrates and there is
somebody sings the songs, yeah.
Oh, that guy. Okay, Vijay, his name is there. So somebody said
Varanasi.
Varanasi.
Okay. I think I must have seen him once. I think once or twice I saw him. Maybe that's what you're referring to. Okay.
Yeah, he collaborated with the singer in Tamil Nadu, Chennai.
It's all Rahul Vellal, then he is collaborating with so many singers in order to.
He speaks nicely. Yeah.
Stories, Puranic stories. He is talking even, there are some episodes about Ganesha Chaturthi. It's a very good, short episodes, 9, 10, very good.
Very good. Yeah, I think now I understand. Vijay Varanasi, right?
Vinay Varanasi.
Vinay. So Premaji, your question, back to your any clarification you got, or you back to square one?
No, the clarification I got was it's a granthi.
Mm-hmm.
So because it's a granthi, it's knotted, and therefore it has to unravel.
Correct.
So in the upasana, they are giving you tools to unravel the granthi, and it does automatically as you repeat with Shraddha and Bhakti.
Correct.
And in here, when we are talking about the Angushtamatra Purusham, it's also the in the realm in the heart. So the heart, when it opens up, it allows you to go more into sattva, whereas the other things hold you back with the rajas and the tamagunas. So maybe those are the granthas that come after the opening of the heart chakra. And as you go into Vishuddhi and into the Agnya chakra, you need the assistance of the Guru to make the passage a little bit more easier, because it's tougher to break those knots. So I'm assuming that since this Upanishad is talking about the Granthi in the Hridaya, it is talking about the same common principle of unraveling the knots, which have to be untangled not through conscious activity or karma, but through understanding. And therefore, karma and jnana therefore come to fruition as we go higher into the chakras. So this is my understanding, Guruji.
Yeah, that sounds right. That's correct. That's it. That's how it has to be.
And one more, that Anatma Sri
Yes.
Vigarhanam, we saw that, no, that day. In that Shambhur Lokaha Shasito Va, that Shasanam is there. Today you spoke about that again. Shasito Va.
So there is more guidance. Is that, does that?
Sadito va, Shambhor Loka, Sashito va, Brahma. What is it? Not Brahma Loka.
You're muted, Hema.
Vishnu Loko Vikshito Va, Shambhor Loka Shashito Va, Tathakim.
So by the time you're in the Shiva Loka, when it says Shasitova, it means you have better guidance, or you're more able to absorb the guidance than you would be in the lower granthis, maybe?
Yeah,
Does that
of course.
work?
That's how it will be generally. Because Kriya is easier than Shravana.
I didn't get that, it cut off.
Kriya is easier than Shravana. Kriya is easier. Just like children also. We are all like children in a way. So you ask the children to do something, they will quickly do something. But you ask them to sit and listen to what you're saying. How long can they sit? They can't sit. So the Rajas and Tamas is there. And so for that, Kriya is the best antidote. So, yeah, that's science. This is a very highly evolved science. My goodness, what all they've come up with. These are all not visible. No, who's going to talk to you about nadis and chakras and all? Because Ishvara Drishti has to be there to understand all this.
Also a good knowledge of Sanskrit. It gives you the proper meaning instead of English words. So it's a different panoramic view, I would call it.
Correct. You said it.
Thank you, Guruji.
Sure.
And thank you, Hema.
Yeah, so we'll pause with that. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.